A stromboli is a baked Italian meat sandwich. It's sort of like an Italian sub and a pizza came together. If you like those two items, you're going to love stromboli. What makes a stromboli as opposed to calzone is that a stromboli is made with bread dough, whereas a calzone is made of pizza dough. So here we have some bread dough, ready to go. You can make your own, or you could buy some at the grocery store. This is about 1.5 pounds of bread dough, and it'll make 2 stromboli. So I'm punching this dough down after it's been risen, and I'm going to cut it in half. We'll make 1 stromboli at a time. Now I'm using a piece of silicone down here on my counter because ultimately I'm going to make a rectangle of dough, and then I'm going to roll it up around all those beautiful Italian meats. This is going to make it a lot easier to roll. Get a little flour down so it doesn't stick. And then we're going to roll this into a rectangle about roughly 11 inches by 14. Shape it into a rectangle as well as you can. And then we're going to start with our first ingredient, which is some marinara sauce. Your own, or you can buy some. Spread this on the dough, but make sure you leave a perimeter of about 1 inch all the way around, except at the far edge away from you. There you're going to leave a little bit of a bigger border. Okay, now we start with our Italian meats. You can really put anything you like into a stromboli, but classically we put a mixture of Italian meats, capicola, Genoa salami, and some sandwich pepperoni. If you want to put any other ingredient in now, maybe some Italian sausage, some roasted peppers, just make sure that it's already cooked, because whatever we roll in here will not get a chance to cook once it's rolled up in the oven. Put all of those fillings in the center of the dough so that you still leave those borders empty all the way around. Now we're putting a little bit of provolone cheese here. You can put any cheese you like, but provolone is a good melting cheese, so it works really well. Finally, a little bit of grated mozzarella. And now it's time to roll. Now this is where the silicone is going to help us. I can lift the edge more easily because I have that silicone there and just knock the dough off, helping it to roll. Once it's already moving, roll it tightly and then start to tuck the edges in this way so that nothing's going to leak out of the stromboli as we bake it. When you get to the edge here, pull that up and seal it to the rest of the dough. Just pinch it all the way along the seam and make sure that nothing is sticking out. This is ready to go, and we're going to transfer it to a crisping baking sheet, seam side down. You're going to do the exact same thing with that second dough ball, and then we're going to get it ready for the oven. Now I'm using a perforated crisping pan for this, and I've lightly oiled it before I put the stromboli down. If you're using a regular sheet pan, either use some parchment paper on that sheet pan or dust it with a little bit of cornmeal so it won't stick so much. I've lightly beaten some egg here to form an egg wash. The yolk in there is going to give it some nice browning, and the egg white in there is going to give it some nice shine. So with that done, I'm going to do something else, and that is slash the top of the stromboli here to allow any steam from inside to escape so that it doesn't burst where I don't want it to burst. So lightly just slash. And now, just for a little fun, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of dried oregano on top to give it that classic Italian American look. Now it's going to go into a 375-degree oven for about 30-35 minutes. If you're going to use a perforated pan like this, make sure you have another pan on a lower shelf in the oven just to catch any drips should they ooze out of the stromboli. So they'll smell great by the time they're done, 30 or 35 minutes. You want to look for something beautiful golden brown on top, and that's all you need. Let's pull these out. Oh my goodness, look at these, absolutely beautiful. All we have to do now is transfer it to a cutting board. Let it cool for a little while before you go ahead and slice it so that it doesn't fall apart. But look at this. Let's let that sit, then we'll slice it, serve it with a little extra marinara on the side to dip into, and you'll make friends fast.